While the world celebrates Nike and Adidas as the kings of the sportswear market, something big is happening in the East. In China, a new force is taking shape, one that's growing fast, quietly building an empire. Its name? Anta. This isn't a household name in the West yet, but in China, it has already surpassed Adidas and is racing toward Nike. With smart strategy, aggressive expansion, and national pride fueling its rise, Anta is on a collision course with the global giants. What is Anta? Anta Sports Products Limited, commonly known as Anta, is a Chinese sportswear giant founded in 1991. Headquartered in Jinjiang, Fujian, Anta started as a modest player in a market dominated by international giants. For years, it was known as a value brand, cheap and local, a second choice to the Western labels. But Anta is no longer playing second fiddle. It has grown into a multi-billion-dollar empire with over 10,000 stores across China. It owns or controls a portfolio of international brands, including Fila China, Descent, Wilson, Salomon, and Arc'teryx. In 2023, Anta's market cap surpassed $50 billion. It's not just China's answer to Nike, it's a brand with ambitions far beyond China's borders. Humble beginnings. The story begins in the early 1990s with a young entrepreneur named Ding Shizhong. At just 20 years old, Ding borrowed money from his father and began selling shoes. Starting small, his company focused on affordable sports footwear for Chinese consumers, filling the gap left by expensive imports. By the late 90s, Anta began investing in manufacturing and logistics to create a vertically integrated model. This meant it could control costs, ensure quality, and scale faster than its competitors. While Nike and Adidas were building image-based brands, Anta was building infrastructure. The marketing revolution. For years, Anta was seen as a low-end brand. That changed in 2008 during the Beijing Olympics. Anta seized the nationalistic wave by sponsoring local athletes and aligning itself with Chinese pride. The message was clear. Why wear foreign labels when you could support China's own? Anta's marketing shifted from product-focused to emotion-driven. They signed Olympic champions, used patriotic slogans, and tapped into a generation eager to express pride in Chinese innovation. This resonated deeply, and Anta's perception began to change. It was no longer just affordable, it was respectable. The game-changing Fila acquisition. In 2009, Anta made a move that shocked the industry. It bought the rights to operate the struggling Italian brand Fila in China, Hong Kong, and Macau. Most expected the experiment to fail. Instead, it became a massive success. Anta rebranded Fila China into a premium sports lifestyle brand targeting young, fashion-forward consumers. They placed stores in luxury malls, launched influencer campaigns, and emphasized limited edition drops. The results were stunning. Fila China's revenue surged and eventually surpassed the brand's global performance. Anta had cracked the formula. Use Western legacy with Chinese execution, and it worked. Global expansion and acquisitions. Anta wasn't content with domestic success. In 2019, alongside other investors, Anta acquired Amir Sports for $5.2 billion. This Finnish group owned Salomon, Wilson, Arc'teryx, Atomic, and more. With one deal, Anta gained a global footprint, distribution channels, and established brand credibility. The goal was clear: transform Anta from a Chinese brand into a global powerhouse. These acquisitions gave Anta access to winter sports, tennis, and outdoor markets where Nike and Adidas had weaker footprints. They also formed Anta Global, a division focused on integrating and growing these international brands. Now, Anta wasn't just competing in China, it was competing everywhere. How Anta outsmarted Nike and Adidas. Nike and Adidas built their empires on star power. Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi, Kanye West. But Anta played a different game. They went where the big names didn't: China's smaller cities and rural markets. Anta offered affordable, durable, and well-designed products to the massive middle and lower middle classes. Instead of competing for urban elites, Anta became the go-to brand for everyday Chinese citizens. Their retail network expanded quickly. While Nike opened flagships in major cities, Anta opened thousands of stores across provinces. And when nationalism surged, especially after political tensions with the West, Anta's local image gave it a clear advantage. Innovation and tech powerhouse. Once dismissed as a follower, Anta has transformed into a leader in innovation. the company set up the Anta Sports Science Laboratory, dedicated to product research and development. Their goal? Create performance gear that rivals global standards. They've launched technologies like NitroEdge foam for better cushioning, breathable and lightweight fabrics, and SmartRun sensors that track athletic performance. Their R&D partnerships with universities and biomechanical institutes have brought serious science into Anta's design philosophy. Anta's latest running shoes, basketball sneakers, and even winter sports gear are now used by professional athletes. They're not just closing the gap, they're setting the pace. By the numbers, dominating Adidas in China. By 2023, Anta overtook Adidas in China, becoming the country's second-largest sportswear brand, behind only Nike. Anta's revenue crossed $7.5 billion, and it's growing faster than both Nike and Adidas in the Chinese market. Adidas, facing political backlash and missteps in local marketing, has seen its Chinese revenue decline. Meanwhile, Anta thrives on domestic e-commerce platforms like Tmall and JD.com, consistently ranking among the top-selling sports brands. Singles Day, China's biggest shopping event, has repeatedly seen Anta outpace its global rivals. The message is clear: Anta isn't playing catch-up anymore. It's dominating the game in its home field. Controversies and challenges. Anta's rise has not been without controversy. The company has been scrutinized for alleged ties to forced labor in Xinjiang, particularly concerning cotton sourcing. Although Anta denied the allegations, the claims sparked international concerns about ethics and transparency. Navigating these global challenges will be crucial for Anta's future. The brand walks a tightrope between local nationalism and global expansion. Too much emphasis on Chinese pride can hurt its international image, while global appeasement might affect its domestic popularity. Balancing both worlds is a challenge that Anta must master if it hopes to go truly global. The road ahead. Anta's global vision. Anta has made it clear it wants to be one of the top 3 sportswear brands globally by 2030. That's no small task, but with its growing brand portfolio, expanding overseas presence, and rising domestic power, it's not impossible. The company is opening flagship stores in Southeast Asia and exploring markets in the Middle East and Europe. It's refining its branding, investing in athlete sponsorships, and tailoring campaigns for diverse markets. Anta's long-term strategy includes expanding its global design teams, increasing investment in technology, and competing in high-performance categories like trail running, tennis, and alpine sports. The rise isn't just about selling more shoes. It's about reshaping how the world sees Chinese brands. The future belongs to Anta. From a small shop in Fujian to a global force, Anta's story is extraordinary. It didn't follow the Western blueprint, it wrote its own. Instead of focusing on hype, it focused on infrastructure, distribution, and domestic pride. Now, with world-class brands under its wing, a strong domestic base, and global ambitions, Anta stands at the edge of something bigger. It has already overtaken Adidas in China. The next question is simple: can it overtake Nike globally? As it races toward the top, one thing is clear: Anta is no longer the underdog. It's a contender, and it might just be the future of sportswear.